everyone. Happy New Year's. Today is the first day of the Living Raw by Grace video club. And the video club is very simple. What happens is each week I will make a video and I will upload it to my website. And if you pay $10 a month, then you get 4 videos all month long. You can access them anytime. They're very short. Today we'll be learning how to make a smoothie, green smoothie, why we make them, and I will educate you plenty to make sure you understand exactly how good these are for you. They'll be short so that you're not spending, an hour in front of the computer watching this, and it keeps your attention nice and focused. Okay, so let's begin. Really simple. Okay, the trick to green smoothies is the greens. So first, today we're going to be using kale. Now, my kale looks a little sad today. It's been in the fridge for like a week, but it's still good. It looks a little sad. But it should be nice and crisp. Still good. Still got tons of nutrition. Nothing wrong with it. I'm going to snap off the ends, though. This, not so much. Okay, so I'm going to do about 1.5 cups. Now, I'm making lots of smoothie today. I'm about to go grocery shopping, and I need at least 2 or 3 smoothie bottles, which are about 18 ounces apiece. And that will be my meal so that I don't get hungry while I'm grocery shopping and I don't buy things that I don't need. You know what I mean? Okay, so this is my Vitamix high-powered blender. It does phenomenal. It breaks down not only everything that I put in it to make it a nice, smooth, creamy smoothie, but it also is so powerful, it runs at about 240 miles per hour, that it actually ruptures the cell walls of the kale. Now, plant cell walls are really strong, so it ruptures them and it releases the chlorophyll. And that is the stuff that makes you feel good. Chlorophyll, I mean, there's other things too, but the chlorophyll, it's like life. Life for the plants, life in you. All right, so kale, the great thing about kale, I'll show you, oh, this is a good leaf. Here we go. Kale is that it is one of those greens that you don't use very much. You can make salads out of it. It's still good. But because I'm blending, I'm already breaking everything down. It's pre-digested. I take a sip and it starts to immediately become absorbed and assimilated by my body. I don't have to worry about chewing. And I don't chew all that well. Nobody really does. We're supposed to chew our food to a creamy consistency, and I'm lucky if I get like 3 or 4 bites before I take another, before it's down the chute. So the great thing about blending your greens is that you're getting more nutrition out of them than if you had used twice as much in a salad. So while it looks like it's not much, maybe 5 or 6 leaves, I'm getting more nutrition out of it. The fun thing about kale is that it's loaded with protein and calcium and a whole bunch of other things. It's actually been shown to reduce your risk of 5 different types of cancer. Let me see. Ovarian, bladder, kidney, prostate. I'm missing the third. Breast? No. Anyway, 5 digestive and reproductive cancers. And it also reduces your cholesterol. Fascinating. So a wonderful, I'm going to throw some more in. So it's a wonderful green, and now the thing about green smoothies is people are like, ew, it's green, it tastes like grass, right? See, the beautiful thing about green smoothies is that they're actually fruit smoothies with a little bit of greens. So if you take a look at my Vitamix, we have, let's see, about 1.5 cups. Got little measurements on here. So it's about maybe 1/3 of the way, between 1/4 and 1/3 of the way up. I'm going to stuff the entire thing with fruit. So we're going to start with pineapple. Now, pineapple has bromelain in it, which is a phenomenal little thing that helps reduce inflammation. And it also reduces mucus in your body. So if you have a cold, great thing to nibble on or to eat. It will reduce the mucus that's draining. And because bromelain, which is fabulous, reduces inflammation. It's an anti-inflammatory. So if you have carpal tunnel or arthritis, adding pineapple into your diet regularly will help reduce and help you in that area. Apples. Do I need to tell you about apples? They're rich in iron. Did you know that? High in iron. So people are like, well, where do you get your calcium and your protein and your iron since you don't eat meat? Calcium, protein, iron. And almost all fruit, almost anything you eat is going to have protein in it. Just small amounts, but the more you eat, the better you get. So right here I have, so far, 1.5 cups of kale. I've got half a pineapple, fresh pineapple, cut half, 1 apple, and I'm going to add in 2 bananas. Now, bananas are probably my favorite fruit in the world. Not necessarily because of their taste, but because they're so versatile. I make ice cream out of them, I make pudding out of them, and they're in almost every one of my smoothies because they make it nice and creamy. Like instead of adding yogurt or a milk product, you add bananas. So I'm putting 2 bananas in. Now this is going to make me a liter of smoothie, quite a lot. This is an entire meal for me. It's not just a drink. So instead of eating this all separately, I'm making it into a drink, and I'm going to take it on the go. So I'm going to put it in some smoothie bottles, and then we are going to drink while I shop. Okay, now I'm going to add water so that everything, first off, will move, and of course to make it smoother as well. Now you want to use purified water, some sort of purifying system. Reverse osmosis is wonderful. I have an Aquasana filtration system, something other than tap water, because the water in Phoenix is very hard. I mean, you can kind of already see there's a little like white line on anything that I use. The good thing about this is that I'm going to put 2 cups of water in my smoothie. That means I'm also drinking 2 cups of water without even really thinking about it. What I usually tell people is to put the water so that it's just above the greens. I'm not sure if you can see, but it is just a little above the greens. And then I'm going to add ice. I'm doing that simply because I like mine cold. I'm going to go. Otherwise I would just make it and put it in the fridge and then take it out every time I needed a glass. Now I forgot my lid, so I have to go get my lid. I'll be right back. I'm back. Okay, lid on, nice and firm. Now if you do not have a high-powered blender like this, start in small quantities. Don't do this much, otherwise you will jam your blender. Start with the greens in the water. Blend the greens down until they're a nice little, until they're blended really well, and then add fruit, and then add more fruit, and then add more fruit. And if your blender can do ice, add ice. Otherwise, just put it in the fridge for like 20 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever, however cold you need it. My Vitamix, can handle it, so I'm just going to let it run. Be a little loud. Ready? 1, 2. Okay, so what I'm looking for is that there are no little bits of green. Like if you can see, of course I don't have a cameraman, so I have no way of zooming. Little bits of green. I want it blended until you can't see any parts of the food. It's just one big green soup. That's about right. Okay, so when you drink it, let's move this aside. There's my green smoothie. That's a lot. That's a whole meal for me. And what we're going to do, pour some in here so you can see the consistency. Okay. It should pour very smooth, like a drink, not like a milkshake or a pudding. Shouldn't be thick. Should be easily, let me see if I can get any closer. Can you see? Now the beautiful thing is that it looks green, it looks strange, albeit, but it's delicious. Let me taste it. All I taste is, ooh, the pineapple's really strong and the banana. So good. So there you go, green smoothie. If you've never made one, they're really simple. If I didn't do any talking and I simply just made it, takes me about 90 seconds to make. I usually use whatever fruit I have on hand, so I don't usually go out and buy a whole bunch, and mine are usually very easy and simple. 3 pieces of fruit, 2 pieces of fruit, 1 green, and then I'm done. Feel free to experiment. If you have 4 different types of green and 7 different types of fruit, go for it. Have fun with it. Enjoy it. And you get all the wonderful nutrition. It's a fabulous thing. Green smoothies. Have a great day.